This is literally one of the most scenic, spectacular view tracks I've ever done out here. Well, probably is. This is so cool. We're jammed in on this single lane track between these rock formations all around us. It's like you're literally driving down into the lost city. This is wild. Tucked just behind the World Heritage listed Blue Mountains is the hidden world of the Lithgow Ranges. Fresh off his recent rollover, Timmy is back for redemption in his GQ patrol. I'll be his local tour guide, showing him some of the most iconic spots this area has to offer. Plus, we stumble across new trails and some epic places I didn't even know existed. That's bloody incredible. We might have just discovered Lithgow's best bloody track and camp spot down here. Proudly supported by Opus Campers, Ultimate 9, Tread, Superior Engineering, GME, and in part by no mucking about. We're into the first track of the day. This is a little lesser known one out the back of this dunes. Axle Hill, a very steep hill climb with some big boulders and steps there you got to work your way up. We'll chuck both lockers in. I'm just going to try first gear low on this one and give it a slow crawl and see if it'll just crawl its way up these steps. If not, I'll just back down and give it a bump. Climb 2 steps at once there. The old 2-step at once, stitch up. I'll just slightly readjust my line a bit so we're not going 2 steps at once. There you go, much better. Good little step that one. It's quite steep once you're on it. It can be really beneficial to just feel it out in first and feel what the car's going to do, because you're normally pretty safe feeling it out. Whereas if you just try and send it in second first go and you're not really too sure, that's when you're more likely to create bloody accidents for yourself. Timmy's up. Timmy thought he'd have a crack at the same double step, but got the exact same result as me. It's pretty steep once you're on it.
Yeah, bloody oak.
Same thing as me, it just doesn't want to climb that double step. Same result as me, didn't want to climb that middle double step. Went the left line and scooted around it a bit there, but good warm up hill to start the day. It's only a short track, that was Axle Hill complete. Now before this trip, I'd been searching through forums online for any tracks and areas I haven't seen out in these mountains before, and I came across one called Bounty Hill. So our mission this morning was to go find it. On this little Lithgow adventure on at the moment with Timmy, I'm sort of trying to show him a few of the big name tracks as well, but we're also trying to do some unknown exploring of some areas that I've never done before. So this one we're coming down now is right out the back, this spectacular track down into this valley. It's like a hidden back version of the Lost City. It's nearly better, to be honest. We come together when the lights go down. Doesn't get much use out here at all, and it's absolutely incredible views. This is so sick. I'm glad that we're doing this trip, not just doing all the name stuff that everyone always does. There's a whole lot more out to this area to see if you're willing to do some exploring. I was assuming this track was sort of going to stop out at a lookout there, but it just keeps going down, 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 down. It's getting very steep now, and we're coming right down into the bottom of the valley here, and it looks like there's a river down there too. We might have just discovered Lithgow's best bloody track and camp spot down here. We made it down, that up there, ended up being very steep and overgrown. I don't think anyone's been down this bottom bit anyway for a long time. Oh yeah, we come to a bit of a dead end car park. There's a river over there, we'll go have a look. I reckon this is the best river we've ever come across out in this region here. Flowing well, deep. But anyways, we're going to send it back up that very steep hill, up there into the rock formations, where we'll have a bit of lunch. Let's get up there. Second gear low, we'll just start off with a rear locker and we'll give us some bickies and get into her. GQ is upper, up this very steep hill. So steep, and there's a rut on the left, you don't want to fall in, so you're sort of off camber steering up to the right. That sucks for Kai. Look how far down he is. That's a long walk up. How you going down there, Kai? What do you have to say about that?
Nothing.
But that's good fun. We've got a bit more of the climb to go, and then we'll have some lunch at the top. And so up we went. I just filmed the last bit from in the cab, as I don't think Kai was too keen to walk up any more of this hill. We chose a spot next to one of the rock pagodas for lunch and took some time to enjoy this area. With no one else around, it is such a cool place. Unfortunately, we could not hang around all day though. We were keen to get stuck back into some four-wheel driving. The day before, we had done Moon Rock on the Powerline tracks. Check out last week's episode if you haven't seen that yet. But the Powerline track does go for quite a way through this region, and so the plan was to check out some sections of it I hadn't done before. Powerline tracks often have a range of lines and obstacles to suit all types of four-wheel drives, and I find they're a great place to play around, learn your vehicle, and practice your four-wheel driving skills. Timmy was up first. We had a very rutted out off-camber section. There's a little bonus bank sideline here that Timmy's going to have a little nudge up and see how he goes. Very steep. You went right in the hole we said not to, but that was also the worst point. Like, it wasn't going to get worse than that, but it does, you know, starting to get tippy. There's your worst point right there. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, boy. I'll have a crack at that same line Timmy did. I just chucked a couple of little rocks in that back driver's tyre just to lift it up a fraction, just because I'm much heavier and top heavy than Timmy, so I'm likely to lift a bigger wheel than him, so that'll help balance it out a bit for me. You're alright, you can drive up from there. Bloody beautiful, mate, got it done. Just need a slight extra bump, but we got there. That section was done, but there was plenty more to go as we continued making our way along the power lines. We'll take that same line, up we go. Just went for a little straddle there on it just to ensure I didn't smack my tail shaft. Following along the power line track over onto the next valley now. We've got some big flexi wombat holes here. And the very off camber leaning to the bank. I just made that without damage. We're through. That's good fun getting the suspension working like that. Tit for dit, I let her lit, I had to dip, I'm on for fifth, I'm all rich now. I bought a whip, I paint it drive itself, the fuck you think, yeah I'm rich now. Hey little mama, yeah you heard about me, I'ma pop you like a pea, yeah, had a on me. Yeah, I feel so hot like I'm chilling on the beach, yeah, baby in the sun like the Teletubbies. Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a quick break from today's episode to share an amazing job opportunity. Lockie from Off the Wall Automotive in Cairns is on the lookout for a couple of passionate automotive technicians / mechanics to join his team. We had the chance to visit his workshop this year when fixing cars from our Cape trip, and they're an unreal bunch of people and the workshop is incredible. Hey Berto, what do you reckon of Lockie's shop in Cairns?
It's a good shop, he's got all the modern equipment, there's a good bunch of blokes that work there. You be careful, otherwise I'll end up going there, mate.
The information is on the screen and in the video description. If you're thinking about a career change, have a love of four-wheel drives, or dream of relocating to a tropical paradise with Cape York at your doorstep, then this could be the perfect fit for you. I'll pop the email up on the screen and in the video description. Reach out to Lockie if you think you'd fit the part. Back to the episode.
I'll back you up, whatever you're going to say.
Boom, boom, boom. So we're off the power line track, and then not too far from there we followed a little track through the bushes and come to a pretty hectic looking hill climb here. What do you reckon, Timmy?
That's exactly what we did.
That's factual.
He didn't lie, everyone. Looks like someone before us has kindly spat everything out.
All the rocks that were put in the holes are no longer in the holes.
Well, we can toss a couple of those back here. Or are we playing golf rules, mate?
Play it as a lies.
Yeah.
Not me, mate. I'm rock packing king. We'll creep up to it in first, and then once I actually get to it, I reckon I'll bump it in second. Otherwise, I'll probably just sit there spinning and spit all the rocks out. It just like pushed me straight into the bank. It was second, but I felt like I sort of didn't get it moving till I was in there. Yep. Woo! That was a good one. That was worse than I thought. First go, I just sort of went into the bank, but sort of realigned a bit and yeah, gave her a little send in second and we were up. How's that, mate? You got it done.
Yeah, it was pretty savage though. Like I know camera doesn't do this justice, but even looking at this doesn't do it justice.
No, you don't realise what you're doing until you're halfway on it.
When your tyres are sitting up there, you're on like a 45. I barely got second going.
Yeah.
And then nearly took out a tree.
It was getting late. We'd had a good day on the tracks. Time to find a camp, I reckon. That was an awesome day out on the tracks and exploring, finding some newer areas out this Newnes or whatever it's called these days. I don't even know. I've always just referred to it as Newnes State Forest out the back of Lithgow. But we have found ourselves a nice bush camp. So we're going to get set up and get this fire going because we're going to be in for a cool night.
Hold on to what you were, forget what you're not. The streets were ours that summer, at least those 2 blocks. Reminisce on those days, I guess that's okay. You wonder why, some grow up, move on, close the chapter, live separate lives. The 20-something confusion before the suit and tie. Strangers become...
Very cold and windy night up in the mountains at camp, but yeah, sat by the fire and tried to stay warm. Packed up camp this morning, and the plan today is head towards Alibaba's cave. But we've got this cool, very flexy, rutted out wombat holes that were spotted on the way, so we're in here now warming up the suspension and tyres for the day. These are always good fun, I love doing these sections. If you are enjoying the content, make sure you get subscribed to keep up with all the action. We're dropping videos every Sunday on the channel. That's probably the funnest flexi section I've ever come across out here. That was sick. Timmy's up now. Timmy has got plenty of suspension travel in his GQ. He's running a similar superior engineering suspension setup to me with their Hyperflex radius arms, upgraded steering arms and 2.0 remote res long travel shocks. Although he has a couple of extra goodies over me with the superior long arms in the rear and hydro bumps in the front. That was enough showing off the suspension for the morning though. Time to head to Alibaba's cave. Definitely one of the tougher tracks in the area. So I made it to Alibaba's cave track. Park the cars there, and then the descent all the way down into the valley begins. So we basically got, I don't know, maybe about a 500 meter stint just down rock platforms, like really steep down the hill, and then you get down the bottom and you got a super gnarly rock garden to navigate through, and then you swing around and you're in Alibaba's cave, which is a super cool spot. I'd rate this as one of the more difficult tracks out here. It definitely is a little bit extreme. I've done it a few times now, but Timmy's never done it, so he was keen to come check it out. This rock slab all the way down to the bottom is pretty bloody wild. So once you're down off the rock slab, you hit the rock garden. So like the longer you look at it, the worse it gets. So I've chucked the GME handheld to Timmy, so you can do a bit of spotting on the way down, because it's definitely an obstacle where you want a spotter. There's a lot of rocks, and if you get your line off, you'll end up smashing something under your car on the rocks. But we'll ease our way down here, first gear low, with that rear locker in.
Just a tad. Stay straight for a moment. Keep staying straight. Keep staying straight. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Look hard that way if you can for a while. Keep going that way a little bit just to get you around the turn. Yeah, now go hard towards me.
That's me down, Timmy's up now. It's always a wild ride down that rock garden. It's just so hard to steer because all your weight's compressed on the front tyres, like, you know, running them at that 10-12 PSI. They're nearly flat. They get jammed in rocks and it's just a lot of manoeuvring to try and work your car down to a very tight space. Yeah, that's looking good. And then start turning towards me. You're clear now of like your diff and that. How's that? Bit of a wild ride.
Yeah, kind of a passenger. You're just going with gravity, I think.
Yeah. Once you're down the rock garden, you got a couple hundred meters through the bush, and then you come up into this absolutely spectacular cave you can park your car in. Ali Baba's cave. We spent some time down in the cave. It's a truly incredible place. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending what way you want to look at it, you do have to drive back out the same way you came in. Had a nice chill and relax down at the cave there, and even popped down the creek for a swim. You have to bush bash through, but it was a nice freshen up. And now we'll try and get out of here, up this rock garden. Put both lockers in first gear. This is the third time I've done this track in the GQ. First 2 times I had to winch this rock garden. So it'll either be third time lucky or third time winching.
Right, you lined up pretty good there. If you just creep forward. Rear locker's not working. Just go back a touch and try and give him a little pop.
Is that up or on it?
Nah, you're on it because this tyre slipped off right at the end.
Busted up?
Nah, but it's a winch now.
On the diff or tail shaft?
You're on the diff flange. If you go back, you're on your tail shaft.
Bloody hell. That's a little bit frustrating. I knew I was so close, nearly had it, but it slipped. The back just slid offline and it's sitting right on the end of the tail shaft. It's okay now, I think. Like it's sitting right where it connects to the diff, but I can't go backwards. As soon as I drop off, bang, tail shaft got like dinted. Alright, winch, we'll just pop my back up over that little rock there and I'll see if I can drive the rest. Watching back the footage, I reckon I turned in slightly too early and also probably backed off a little early as well. But anyways, if I do ever come back here, maybe I'll get it on my 4th attempt. This seems to be that one obstacle that's always beat me. Well, apart from 4-ish years ago when I did drive it in the nav. But the track was obviously very different and much easier back then. Or maybe I'll just have to buy another nav. Beautiful. Bit of a shame about the winch, but anyways, we are safely up. That's the main thing. Timmy was up next. Let's see if he can do any better than me. Mate, what do you made me look so stupid for?
Nah, it was just tyre clearance, like that's all it is. I can see exactly what you mean because when I was walking down there, I was like, all right, I'm going to start with my passenger tyre rubbing that bank there. And I thought I cannot end up close to that. And then as you go, it just pushes you across, eh?
Yeah, you don't always end up where you want to be. Beautifully driven, but mate, you nailed it. Nice little slow crawl up there.
A little bit of a shake on me.
Now we've got the rock wall, rocky track, whatever you want, up the face of this cliff all the way out of here. How's that, mate? You enjoy that track?
Yeah, it was bloody awesome. I can see why you were kind of hesitated to go down there. Not because it's like crazy hard or anything, but it knocks your car around a lot.
Yeah, well, like that was my 4th or 5th time down there, and
Yeah.
you think, how many times do I want to go down there and see this cave,
100%.
cave just to smash my car on the way back up? But all that top section was really fun.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Super fun, and it looks awesome on the drone too.
Maybe we might have some lunch and go to the next something.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm keen for some lunch.
The plan now is to head towards Spanish Steps track. Hopefully it is open, but we'll see when we get there. We're taking all the back tracks on the way there. It's a fun little side track we found off Old Bells Liner Road. Just literally all 4 tyres are in holes, so like if you go like slightly that way, it'll be very different. No access to Sunnyside Ridge via Spanish Steps. You must return this way to exit. So that's good news. We can do it. We just can't get through. So we're going to do it out to the other end, turn around and come all the way back, which is kind of cool anyway, because it's a track you want to do both ways, because there's good obstacles either way you do it. So that'll be sweet. I haven't done Spanish Steps in a few years. The last time I did it would have been back when I had the nav, so I'm a bit more keen and excited for this one, something different. As the name suggests, Spanish Steps, there's a lot of rock steps. That's what the whole track basically is. It connects Blackfellows Hand Trail through to Sunnyside Ridge. So it goes from one ridge line down through the valley and then up the other side, to the other main road. So it's only a short track, but you can do it either way. We'll be obviously doing it both ways. And just very steppy and steep, both ways up and down. We've got the main drop down huge rock face now. Going down is, not a drama. Nice and slow in first gear low reductions and diesel engine. Definitely help you out. Going up's not too bad, just got to pick the line and try not to climb 2 steps at once. And then you arrive down this pretty spectacular valley here where you wind your way along and follow a creek. Some really good views of the rock formations all around you. Grab the chainsaw, mate, we'll chop her down.
I think she's a bit big for us, bro. Gee whiz.
So that's the main line up out of Spanish Steps, which unfortunately a monster tree has fallen over. But, you know, we'll still be able to slide around and continue up. We just won't be able to do these bottom steps here.
Yeah, it's a shame.
There's a lot of grip on this stuff, so it's really good to just crawl it, feel the lines out, and let the tyres do their job. Yeah. We're up to the big step at the top now. That's just stupid. There's too much grip there. I barely even touched the pedal. That was pretty much the end of all the rock steps though, and as I said earlier, we couldn't get out this end of the track due to road closures. So we found a cool lookout where we had some afternoon tea and then headed back the other direction. I didn't film too much on the way out, but did grab some footage of the big rock slab we had to climb up. We're up to this huge rock slab now. It's a little bit of a daunting obstacle, this one. It's big. That felt dodgy. Well, I wasn't really thinking that would be tbe too bad, but once you're on it, like if you have a crack straight up the guts of that, that's quite a steep and intimidating side of a cliff to be on. It got my heart racing a bit, but that was good fun. And that was Spanish Steps track conquered. We had one more stop before we left this Newnes area, one of the most spectacular walks you will ever do.
And we drink and get older. And some of us even try to get sober. And the last calls.
I figured I may as well get it over, but have a swim while the sun's on this beautiful pool here at the start of the walk. I know it's going to be cold, but it's going to be bloody nice. You going in, Timmy? Yeah, mate. Tim said he wouldn't go swimming for even $2,000. $2.5. $2.5. Woo! Cold? Yeah. Takes like a minute to gather your breath. Yeah. Woo! That was very, very cold, but swimming's done. Feels so good after that. Now we're going to follow this river up through the canyon and caves and waterfalls.
The streets were ours that summer, at least those 2 blocks. Reminisce on those days, I guess that's okay. You wonder why, some go up, move on, close the chapter, reset their lives.
How's this next waterfall here? I should have swum there. That's bloody incredible. This one, another rope climb up the side around there. Look at all the water.
Party mountain, some don't ever come down from around here. To be young again, I guess it's relative. Camel lights and whiskey rise, sink into the skin.
This is my third time doing this walk now, but it just blows me away every time how incredible it is down in here.
And let the games begin.
Ooh.
Ta-da.
So here's to the nights, dancing with the band. Strangers into girlfriends from a one night stand. Wild over the liquor and time. Bring a receipt to heaven, but you cannot take it back.
This is the last obstacle here on the river climb track. That's it, we're out the other end, opening back up here into the forest, and we head up out that valley there to the car. What do we think of the walk, boys?
Good.
That was awesome. I reckon it's better than the one yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. Heaps more
The
exciting.
rope stuff makes it interesting.
Yeah.
It's more like intense, not like a tourist walk or anything.